The coordinated smear campaign of Caitlin Clark continues. Now we have little Annie, I believe it's pronounced Costabile, right? If I'm not mistaken, who was, covering the Chicago Sky and then I believe went to front office sports. She's now with the absolute trash rag, the Athletic. Just they're one of the worst out there. They are terrible. They're incompetent. They're just anyway, I won't go on and on about that too much. But she is talking about Caitlin Clark. I want you to take a listen to this. It's something we absolutely have to talk about because, again, I am not kidding. I am not overstating when I talk about a coordinated smear campaign from the media attacking Caitlin Clark's character. That is where we've been going lately. Yes, the unproblematic, likes everyone's nice to everyone, has nothing but kind, complimentary words to say about everyone in the WNBA, has always been that way, but they need to destroy her. They've got their media rights deal, they've got their CBA, and now everything's being turned toward destroying Caitlin Clark. I don't know how else to put it, but I want you to take a listen. And guess what? We're going to come with receipts as well from Kelsey Mitchell, of all people, to counter some of the crap that Annie is spewing here. But take a listen to this. I know it's going to be hard because it's a little grating, but be brave, be bold. I think you can get through it.
Not that it's not that Caitlin, it's not about diminishing what makes Caitlin great. And to your point, it's that competitiveness. It's everything she does offensively, right? She has to cut her runway. She has to acknowledge where her runway ends and understand
It's diminishing. Just saying.
where she's becoming bigger than the program and how that's impacting her teammates.
Keep that phrase in mind when we get to the receipts, bigger than the program.
And how it's impacting her ability to impact her teammates. Because at what point are does it become a question of who wants to come into this situation and know that part of their responsibility is going to be to wrangle Caitlin in those sense, like you're talking about Aaliyah Boston, you're talking about Kelsey Mitchell. Like that's where the question becomes, again, back to the hot take is she can't allow herself to become bigger than the franchise to a point where she's not buying in to all the ways that she has to impact a franchise from a leadership standpoint, from the standpoint of improving defensively. Like that's where she has to, I think, take some accountability and understand that, yes, you make the franchise go as a franchise player, but your ego can't become bigger than the franchise. And
I'm
in my
very
opinion,
curious. No,
Oh my God, this is absolute crap. Annie, this is crap. You should be embarrassed. You should resign. You have no business covering this at all. First of all, she is the bigger than the franchise. I mean, the franchise didn't go from being worth $1.99 to being worth $500 million because of anyone but Caitlin Clark. I've already covered the whole defense thing. So again, Annie is supposed to be in media, but she's just spouting the gibberish and the nonsense that she heard about Caitlin Clark's defense and repeating it. Gross, Annie. You're not doing your job. You're just regurgitating crap other people said. You should be fired for that. You have no business being here talking about any of this. The wrangling with Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell. Oh, so teammates shouldn't help other teammates keep from, I don't know, getting a technical. If you haven't seen teammates handle other teammates like that all over sports when they get worked up, then you've never watched sports before, Annie. To single out Caitlin Clark, I'm just curious what you think about Diana Taurasi if we want to keep it within the WNBA ecosystem, because I'm guessing there were no think pieces about Diana Taurasi going off and getting technicals and how, oh, that looks so bad from the outside about people coming in because they have to wrangle Caitlin Clark. By the way, cutting her runway is diminishing her. And you're gonna sit here and talk about her ego. Or I've said a million times, no, I shouldn't even say no, no superstar, because let's be clear. All superstars have egos, and most do expect special treatment, and most of them get it. And there are lots of teams with locker room problems because of it. Caitlin Clark is not one of them. Caitlin Clark is not one of those superstars who asks for and wants special treatment. Every indication of everything we've seen from Caitlin Clark along the way, while yes, she knows she's that player on the court, she does not take that off the court. I mean, was she the only one getting chartered flights, or did the whole league end up getting chartered flights because of Caitlin Clark? I'm just curious, how that is a negative impact for the entire league. Could you answer that for me, Annie? I am very, very curious as to what you have to say when it comes to things like that. And again, not to keep repeating myself, but we listen to every time Caitlin Clark talks. She has nothing but complimentary player things to say about other players who treat her like absolute garbage, by the way. Absolute garbage. Really, the only things we've ever heard from Caitlin Clark from time to time is an irritation with guess who, Annie? The media. Yeah, you, because of how terrible you are with your job. But I gotta have a bit here for you with Kelsey Mitchell. Kelsey Mitchell actually talking about Caitlin Clark and being bigger than the program. All right, I got it lined up. I want you to listen to Kelsey Mitchell talking specifically about the idea of Caitlin Clark being bigger than the program.
That when something that big or someone that big who has that much impact comes into something, there are a lot of adjustments that people have to make on the floor, off the floor, in the locker room, in the training room. Just a lot of stuff is a lot of moving parts. And I think the biggest part that I respected about Caitlin is that she never was bigger than the program.
Wait, what? What was that, Kelsey? She was never what? Remember, I said keep that phrase in mind from Annie. Caitlin being bigger than the program, thinking she's bigger than the program. Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? I'm getting a sore throat, so I'm not even going to try and go Michael high. But anyway, if you haven't seen that movie and it's still in theaters near you, go check out Michael. It's quite good. But yeah, I think she just said. Let me go back a little bit because I think she just said something about Caitlin and the program.
The part that I respected about Caitlin is that she never was bigger than the program.
What? Wait, what? Annie, are you okay? I'm just saying, maybe listen to this.
I don't know if that makes sense, but like, it wasn't like she wasn't trying to take over. It wasn't. I don't know how to explain that. You know what I'm trying to say, though?
Yeah, no, I know what you're trying to say. It's like she knows who she is. She comes in. She's going to obviously do her part because that's what being a professional athlete is. But with the understanding of fitting into a team, making sure we fit, making sure we have chemistry. So it's never bigger than like the group
it's like
itself.
She wasn't trying to be bigger than everybody. Like within our locker room, she wasn't trying to be bigger than anyone else. And I think the way that her style of play, it ended up complimenting me, ended up complimenting AB. And so like the one thing I love about Caitlin too is that we all love basketball the same way. We all have our different styles of way of playing it, but the passion for it with Caitlin when she didn't play compared to when she did play remained the same. And like I respected that about her because it could have easily not been that way. You have people that come in and not want to do or buy in once it's not, or once it don't go their way, or once unfortunate things happen and you can't play and injury happens and you're not getting your body the way you want to. And so I can respect the fact that she kept the program, and she didn't let her passion for it waver because she ended up pouring in more than she thought. And it was dope because she could have easily not been that person.
Right.
Well, Annie, maybe you should have listened to this. I'm sorry that I missed it the first time around because actually this was a really good conversation. I enjoyed hearing Kelsey Mitchell talk about this because for those of you that never did play, or maybe only played, when you were much younger and you didn't really have a team around each other enough and have that, locker room dynamic, it is tricky, yo. Yes, it is, especially when you get someone who is a superstar, because let's face it, you've all at least seen enough movies where there's a little bit of truth in. They're treated differently, right? And they're treated differently from a young age, and so many of them buy into that. And then you get into a locker room, even at the professional level, where there is a very different dynamic that isn't necessarily good for the team. Because unfortunately, one of the negatives in sports at a high level is the more talented you are, unless you're Caitlin Clark, the more forgiving the organization when it comes to your behavior, both inside the locker room, on the court or field, and away as well. Just look into some of the ways some NFL players are treated with some of the situations they've gotten themselves into off of the field. I mean, two quick ones for you, right? You got a guy in Green Bay who's been, now it's alleged, but it looks bad for him in terms of things he has done to a woman, and yet he is practicing. Important player. Whereas I think was he maybe as a rookie or second year, you had the punter, just the punter, right, for the Buffalo Bills, was accused of something, and immediately that was the end of his NFL career. By the way, a few years later, he is back in the NFL because guess what? The woman made everything up. But again, you see the difference. Now all we're hearing within Green Bay, because he's important to the team, is, well, it's alleged. These are just accusations, so we're not going to do anything. He's in camp. Everything's great. You get the punter. Hey, he's just a punter, right? And it was, kind of when Me Too was a big deal. It's like, oh, he's gone. Get rid of him. That's a terrible, it's just an accusation, but it's a terrible one. So he's gone. And that's, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to digress, but I just wanted to give you a quick example of off field court behavior with a different level of player. But no, I really appreciated this from Kelsey Mitchell in recognizing it and putting it out there because she didn't have to talk about how Caitlin just came in and fit in and she's made everyone comfortable and she's not making it about herself. And yeah, she's going to be her on the court without a doubt, as any superstar should be. But she's not one to take advantage of the way that can shift a locker room dynamic in order to keep a superstar happy that may do a lot of damage to the culture of the locker room. All right. And Annie might want to check this out instead of being out there spewing lies and nonsense as part of a coordinated media smear campaign to destroy Caitlin Clark's character. That has been the shift here, right? They're all of a sudden they're all going after who Caitlin Clark is as a person, which is kind of wild understanding the history of Caitlin Clark. But anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, appreciate you checking out the video. Like, comment, subscribe. I will talk to you later.